Well, thank you very much, Madam Chair, and thank you to all the witnesses. Very good testimony once again. Um, this is a really important conversation. It's a tough conversation. It's been going on for quite some time, I do believe, but I'm listening very closely to the testimony, and I do have a few questions here because although it does fall under provincial jurisdiction to a greater extent, this is something that I believe the federal government can help out with. So, to any of the panel, what conversations have been had with provincial counterparts on what could better help seniors and what resources are required?
I think I could talk a little bit about the work that the government has been doing, or the work that the government is supporting for the Health Standards Organization and the CSA group, who are working together on engaging a broad range of stakeholders across the healthcare system and the public to develop national healthcare standards. So there is work underway around developing better standards in long-term care that will address both the safe delivery, reliable, high-quality services, and health infrastructure and environmental design in long-term care. That work is ongoing, so I can't speak to the specifics as what's happening, but there is work ongoing in that space. Also, I should mention that that the government did commit in the budget 2020 to propose funding for the Public Health Agency of Canada of $50 million over 5 years to design and deliver interventions that promote safe relationships and prevent family violence, including elder abuse. So this is less in the institutional setting and more on the individual space, but I think that's important to include as well.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and sorry for the background noise. So back to Ms. Underwood, what role can the federal government play to support further research on how to best combat elder abuse?
To think the federal government's role, we do need to stay in the space as other members have mentioned today, Madam Chair, including the criminal code being in our federal space, and I'll turn back to Madam Morency for that discussion. Also, I think our role in supporting provinces and territories and looking at the standards that they have in place in their jurisdiction. So, as a leadership and support role in that space. Including and other funding to prevent elder abuse, as I mentioned.
Thank you very much. Most Canadians believe elder abuse goes unnoticed, but when it is reported, how often is the abuser actually prosecuted? And what is the success rate for victims of elder abuse in the courts?
Again, unfortunately, we aren't in a position in the Department of Justice to collect that type of data. I do encourage the committee to consider reaching out to Statistics Canada for that. What I can say is when we look at reported case law, we definitely are seeing so it depends. Not all cases that are actually charged and prosecuted ended up being reported as case law. When we look at the reported case law, we do see more cases that occur involving abuse, sexual assault, neglect, fraud, than we do on, for example, in a long-term care setting. There have not been very many cases that we've been able to find. So to the extent that it's an excellent question, and definitely there is a strong interest to find out that connection. But I do think that that family violence report that I mentioned to the committee may be, or someone from Statistics Canada may be able to more directly respond to your question.
Thank you very much to all the witnesses, and I guess I'll certainly side with Mr. Garrison on this front. It would have been fantastic to have the minister here to answer our questions, but I do appreciate all the witnesses. Thank you, Madam Chair.